Let's talk about the men. We'll start with the 5,000. I'll run through the names again. Ahmed, Kincaid, Fisher, Chalanga, Scott, McGorty, Kipchirchir, Jager, Lamong, Tuntavate, Hillary Bohr, Emmanuel Bohr. I mean, the list goes on and on. Bernard Keeter. Again, I'm interested. Drew Hunter to see what he's going to do. Connor Mance. Time wise, what do you think they're going to be aiming for?
It's definitely going to be sub 13:10 pace that they could probably be eyeing. They're definitely going to be eyeing the whatever the world standard is. What's the world standard outdoors for the 5K? Do you know? I can bring it up. It is 13 13.5. So that's what they're going to be eyeing. They're going to be eyeing to break 13.5.
Hmm.
And I think they're going to smash it. They'll probably run all in the 13 O's. Again, heat 3 of this BU 5K on the men's side is 13:35 pace. So if heat 3 is
Hmm.
13:35 pace, you got to imagine they're trying to rip it in that heat 1. And I'm excited to see a lot of these names. We've already seen a
Yeah.
few. Like we've seen Drew Hunter run a good 3K. We've seen Connor Manson at 3K.
Hmm.
But the name I'm looking forward to most of all these names, can you guess who I'm looking forward to most to seeing?
Evan Jager.
No,
That was my pick.
no, no.
It's going to be someone off the board. I don't know.
You guess? All right. It's Lopez Lamont
Okay.
because Lopez
Not
Lamont
off the
has had
board.
a Lopez Lamont has had a wild career, right? Obviously, he had his
Yeah.
great start. He's running the 800s and the 1500s. Then you kind of feel like it might be over for him because he went on like a 1 to 3 year stint of like just not being relevant. But then all of a
Hmm.
sudden, he got reinvigorated, and in 2017 or 19, he starts dominating the 10K, going up head to head with Chalimo in the 5, and we have these
Hmm.
back and forth battle. And it's like, wow, Lopez Lamong is finding like a new. He's kind of like a Tom Brady-esque career where he's like in his
Hmm.
later 30s, he's finding ways to still be relevant. And then
Yeah.
you thought that was going to basically continue forever, or at least until he wants to stop it himself. But then he got injured in 2021,
Yeah.
and you kind of didn't know what would have happened if Lopez Lamong was in that 5K. I mean, would Chalimo have gotten beat and like because of the
Hmm.
dynamic having 3 Bowerman guys going 1, 2, 3
Yeah.
in a 5K? I don't think Chalimo would have lost. That means one of Kincaid or Fisher wouldn't have made the Olympics in that 5. I don't know. I'm excited though to see how fit he is. Is he still going to be the Lopez Lamong of a few years ago? This guy has a knack of fighting father time, and I'm excited to see what he does here in his 2022 debut. So Lopez
Hmm.
Lamong is the guy I'm really excited to watch.
I went with Jager for similar reasons, coming off of an injury. And the steeple last year, not just in the United States, but worldwide, kind of stayed put. It's not like there was this big jump up in time and there's all these new guys who are blowing the previous champions out of the water. Like if Jager can get back near to where he was, he's going to be a factor once again in the steeple. So I want to see within the confines of this race, can he run a solid 5,000, right? Because right now, if you're sticking with Woody Kincaid and Grant Fisher and Mohamed in a 5,000, your prospects are pretty good. Not only for the 5,000, but especially for a 10,000 in the case of Lamont or in a steeplechase like Evan Jager. So that's what I'm most interested in. I'm pretty confident the other Bowerman guys are going to be solid. They're going to be ready to go, and we know what they're going to do. But I think Jager is one to watch. Um, I have a guarantee though in this race. Do you want to know my guarantee?
Yeah, what's your guarantee?
I guarantee you that Connor Mance will PR.
Yes, I can.
Do you
It's a
know what his
fun
PR is?
in the 5K, like thirteen
Yeah, in
twenty four or something like that.
okay, you got it exactly
Oh.
right. I don't
I
know,
do know.
maybe
I look at stats a
is
lot.
it
I look at stats.
13, 24? That's outdoors. Now indoors, I'm not even talking about indoors. I'm about oh he's gonna get an overall 5,000 PB.
Yeah,
So he's gonna smash that. Well, that's
I
not the
believe.
case with a lot of these guys in the field. It's like their PBs are 1305 or
or like
12:58
12:50.
or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not a guarantee. But you're looking at this, I do not envy the people who have to make the heats, because where's the cutoff line here for
I
the
know. I
first
was
heat
thinking
and
the
the
same
second
thing.
heat?
Like
I
if
mean,
you're
look at
Dylan
that.
Maggard, you're like, you better let me in. I'm currently 15th in line on these entries. You better let me in on that heat. But then you're like, Drew Hunter's like, I want to be in there too. I'm freaking Drew Hunter.
Yeah,
I qualified
yeah,
for a world team in 2019 and just got hurt. So you gotta let me in.
yeah,
Yeah, everyone's gonna have a reason to be in or out. And then you have the college kids. The college kids are like, hey, I wanna run something
yeah,
quick. Um, here's my question. There's a lot of guys, right? Mohamed, Kincaid, all the Bowerman crew, basically all the Bowerman men. Then you got,
yep.
people like Shadrach Kipchirchir and the two Boer guys and a few others. I'm going to challenge you, Kevin. We're doing
Yeah.
some horse racing. We're doing some horse racing predictions. I will
Mhm,
give you. I will buy you your
mm.
own dinner. I'll buy you a dinner.
My own dinner. You won't buy me
Your
someone
dinner.
else's dinner.
No, I'll buy you a dinner. Nice dinner.
Okay.
If you can correctly predict the exact order of the top four finishers.
Alright.
And here's the
See,
thing: if I correctly predict it, you're buying me a dinner.
some of these guys are pacing, though, and I don't know who's pacing. Do you know who's
That's part of the
pacing?
game. That's part of the game. Yeah, that's part of it. You Pacers.
Alright, well, I'm not
You,
gonna overthink it. I'll go Ahmed, 1, Fisher, 2, Scott, 3, Kincaid, 4.
all right. So you're not really overthinking it. You're going pretty. You're
No,
going chalky.
no.
All
Yeah,
right.
that's how I get this dinner.
That's how you get this dinner. Okay, I'm going with. I think Ahmed. No. Yeah, I think Ahmed wins. So I agree with you there. I think. I think Scott gets second.
Mhm.
I think I'm going to be a little wild here. I think Kipchirchir takes third. Shaddy, going my boy Shaddy,
It's not a bad pick. Because
and
you
then
assume he's not pacing, so that's you get bonus points there because you know he's gonna finish the race.
yeah, and then I'm going to go with a McCourty. I'm going Sean McGorty for fourth.
Alright, so what's your 4?
Mohamed, Mark Scott, Shaddy, and then McCourty. That's my
So
order. It's gonna
what
happen. We're
happened to
going. We're going to
Fisher? What do
steakhouse.
you
You're paying.
are you
That's
thinking
what's
that
happening.
Fisher's rabbiting? Is that your bet? Fisher and Kincaid are rabbits? Or they're just gonna get beat?
My bet is that, well, first of all, Grant Fisher is listed as unattached, so
I just think
that might be a little
someone
bit of a
messed thing up.
hint that he might be pacing because he's listed as unattached. Like, why else? Why
Why
is
would
he
that
in, like,
matter?
I don't know. Why is he listed unattached? Maybe he meant to write pacer and they wrote unattached or something like that. I don't know. Also, I just
Maybe,
feel
you're
like
right.
Kincaid and Fisher have the least to prove. They're like, we already got our standards. We're thinking
Yeah,
long term. This 5K doesn't mean as much to us as now. If they were running like a 3K, I would put like Fisher,
yeah,
Kincaid 1-2 or something like that. But because they're in the
yeah.
5K, I
Yeah,
just have
yeah, yeah.
this feeling that it's not as necessary for them. And
Well,
Shaddy, I feel like,
yeah.
has to something to prove because he's coming back from injury. McGordy, obviously, with the
Yes.
whole 3K steeple. Mohamed is just the best. And then Mark Scott is
Here's
freaking Mark Scott. And Mark Scott always finds ways to win these types of races. So that's why I went with
Mark
Mark Scott.
Scott is free. I think the race is important for Lamong, Jager, Kipchirchir. I'm talking among this first tier, and Drew Hunter. Like those are the people who I think really need a solid outing. But if you're asking me for picks, that's who I'm going with my top 4. I'm not reading into Fisher listed as unattached. I'm just gonna
All right. So we have, if one of us gets his top four in a row, we get a dinner.
yeah.
But here's going to be the kicker: we get a week of dinners. If you can correctly predict the winning time as well to the 10th of a second.
Oh, that's easy. It's gonna be 1303.7.
Okay.
Yeah.
No rounding up because if it's 1303.69, you don't get credit. I'm gonna go
Well,
with
it's obviously not gonna be that.
well. That's you need to have more confidence in your decision making, Kevin. Because I'm gonna get a week of steak dinners from you. I'm going
Yeah.
with 13. I'm gonna go with 1305.8.
I'm watching this, clip that we have rolling on here where it was, Kip Chirchir and company, but it reminded me of last year. Remember when Bohr beat Chalimo? I think maybe we're underrating Bohr.
That's true.
Yeah.
We probably are
All right.
underrating Boar.
Other races of note, that 3K, you got Yared Naguse in there. Very exciting to see Yared Naguse